IT has to be one of the best decisions my school has made for me. My project topic is the development of a 5 degree of freedom robotic arm. Sometimes you need to break the rules to become successful. Oh man, I've grown. That's number one. I've grown so much. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're getting into uni. That zealousness. Oh, I want to do good. I want to graduate well with a good grade. Some people have this ability to cram. And you that doesn't know how to cram, you're following them, you would fail, they would pass. I love math, but engineering math 4, that was my hardest course. Come down from your high horse, learn from your mates. Let's be very realistic. It's a very nice learning environment. Hi everyone, my name is Glory. I'm a graduate now, previous 500 level student in the Department of Automotive Engineering.
So Glory, what are your approach on problem solving throughout the time in school?
First of all, I always tell myself not to panic.
Okay.
That whatever is a problem can be solved.
Okay.
It's just about thinking about the solution.
Okay.
So the first step is to be calm, analyze thoroughly all the loopholes that created the problem.
Yes.
When you analyze the loopholes, you go back to analyze, like you trace the train from where the problem was initiated.
Okay.
So it's from like the foundation you get to solve the problem.
All right. So what actually inspired you to study automotive engineering?
To be honest, I grew into my love for cars. I had this competition that I went for, which was organized by Toyota Nigeria.
Wow. It
was my dream cars contest, so I was a participant.
Wow.
In category 9 to 12 when I was turning 12.
Wow.
So I came third in the national level.
Wow.
So because of that, it just spurred on my dream for like, okay, this can be a venture that I can actually move into.
That is very nice. Actually, when first I went to Elizade Motors, I saw that banner there too. So actually, it's good to see someone that actually participated for it.
Thank you.
How was your experience on automotive systems? How has it evolved throughout the time in school?
A car is more than the frame.
Okay.
There's a lot of background work that goes on.
Okay. The
engine system, the channels, how everything works. So it was just important for me to like discover how I'm very curious. So I wanted to know what was like the working principle of this part. How does this part connect with this part to make sure this part is functioning that doesn't affect this part? So it's a system.
Yes.
So I just wanted to see that system broken down into bite-sized pieces.
What are your experience on IT? Since you're doing IT over the years, what are your experience have you gained?
Oh, definitely. IT has to be one of the best decisions my school has made for me.
Okay.
In my career path.
Yes.
Not only that you get a voluminous CV or wealth of experience, literally, as it said, as if to make your CV look tangible, but from my first year, we were going on IT every year, and that helped. It shaped me to understand the aspect of automotive engineering that I would want to further in. Okay. So it just really kickstarted the area of specialty for me personally. Okay. Like I think from my second year, I knew what I wanted to venture in.
Okay, so inside automotive engineering, there are some other specialties which are specific inside. Maybe you want to go into plate designing, you want to go into only make the engines, other parts. So what specific part do you love to go into?
Anyone that knows me knows I love vehicle design. Like, put me in front of a laptop, give me 3D model, give me a mouse. I want to do that for like a long time without getting bored. So like I want to work on frame, how these things are designed, and it involves a lot of design calculations. So yes.
What's your project all about?
So my project's topic is the development of a 5 degree of freedom robotic arm that will be used for security and sorting tools. Okay. And the tools that is specific to it is metal tools. Okay. So the way we built this, we thought about so many things. We thought about sorting with color, sorting with other sensors, photodiode, but which I think a photodiode still sorts based off of color. But me and the engineer that worked on the project finally settled on a metal detector sensor. Okay. And even after going through journals and all that stuff, I never saw anyone that a metal detector sensor was peculiar to. I mean, in recent time, because my journals were from 2021 up until 2023.
Okay.
So I didn't really see anyone that a metal detector sensor was peculiar. And then another catch, it can act as a security tool in the sense that it possesses a PIR sensor that once it detects a human movement in like a workshop, it triggers a buzzer to alarm the owner of the workshop. So yeah, that's like the catch. The fact that it has the ability to solve metal tools and then also act as a security tool.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Thank you.
So how do you apply your theoretical knowledge to the practical, which is the project you did? How did you apply the knowledge to it?
Oh, it was very necessary, to be honest, because you would now see the major importance of material selection, which is key. You'd look at fabrication. You have to consider the fabrication process.
Yes.
I used my theoretical knowledge gained in my design courses to model the arm.
Yes.
There were design calculations that I still needed that theoretical plus and minus and formulas, calculating torque for motor selection and all that stuff. And then I used my knowledge in automotive materials and structures to select materials, fabrication process, how I intend to carry out the project. To be honest, there was no knowledge I had gained that I thought was wasted.
What challenges do you face during a course of project, doing the project?
I faced quite a number of challenges because I felt like at some point my design calculations were not the most accurate, right? In the sense that I needed to have like it redone countless times because there were loopholes and errors here and there. So that made me 3D print parts, too many parts, and so many I had to waste because this wasn't fitting right, or I just missed one. It could be errors such as 0.1 millimeter, just that little, but the structure can't work without it. So it was more of troubleshooting, going back to the printer, and that took time. And it made me not focus mainly on like finishing it up as I would have really wanted to, and because I didn't want a rush work. So it just that when I knew I had a deadline, I had to. So like if I had put less time on that whole design errors, it would have made it more efficient.
So if you had to be given more time to make more research on that, how would you love to improve that towards
Oh, definitely. I would focus now more my attention on the design consideration, design calculation. Make sure my 3D model is exactly what I want in real time. Make sure I calculate things properly. Make sure I select the best materials. And yeah, if I'm to do this all over again, I know I will do it better.
Okay, someone wants to ask that, what kind of software can you use to do this kind of design?
Oh, there are many 3D computer-aided design modeling softwares. There's Autodesk Inventor, there's Blender, there's SolidWorks, which I use. I love SolidWorks. It just depends on your preference, really. I can't say there's one that's better than the other. It just depends on personal preference on which type of modeling software you use.
Okay. So if you are, as you're graduating right now, you are going out to the world, so what problem do you love to solve? Like this is the problem like me, I would love to solve as an engineer.
The fact that in some states this one has just been like one that has just come up at the back of my mind. The fact that getting mechanics now is not easy. So if there's like a system that can connect users to mechanics within their areas at affordable prices and doing the due diligence, performing the task at hand, that would help. I'd also want to look into Nigeria being that one country that exports cars. It's possible. It can happen. It's just about sitting down, looking at the implementation strategies, what should be done, how have the Western world been able to do it, and what can we do better. Yeah, I've been researching, I've been reading up on that. So, but then I believe that if you give Nigeria, say, in the next 10 years, 7 years, if people are really serious and know what they're doing, we should be exporting cars. If we are serious about it.
Serious about it in quotes. So what advice would you love to give someone that wants to embark on a career related to yours?
I would tell them to put their hearts to it, because what you set your mind to do,
yes,
no matter what naysayers say, you get to achieve it. I remember when I was starting this project, there are people that were like, oh, do you want to use the 3D printer here, lights, this and that, don't you think it's too complex, what do you need a robot arm for, all of that. But like, if you feel a strong conviction to carry on what you're doing, then I feel like sometimes you need to break the rules to become successful. So one thing will be, trust your supervisor, pray, obviously, trust your supervisor, make sure that you're not overdoing things in the sense that I want you to be zealous, but don't be up all in people's faces. Focus on the task at hand. Make sure you read. One thing I would be grateful for, I'm grateful for my supervisor, because I'm not into robotics, but the fact that he knew that I'm into the automotive line, but he made sure I researched the amount of research I've done, and now I get like a grasp of microcontrollers, how they work, why should you select this microcontroller over this one, and all that stuff. And then, sensors, you get like an insight into all of these things. He made sure I read them, not just tell me this and this is what it is. He made sure I read and researched about them.
What are the experiences that you have gained throughout from 100 level to this level? Like, what are the challenges you faced during your course of study?
Oh man, I've grown. That's number one. I've grown so much. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're getting into uni. That zealousness. Oh, I want to do good. I want to graduate well with a good grade. It's one thing to say that. It's another thing to take, strategic steps to actually become that person. So what people don't understand is when you want to achieve something, I always tell people, make a mental picture, a frame of reference in your head of you being in that thing. So that makes you, even when times are tough and it can get really draining, because it's not easy. 5 full years, it's not easy for you to go out every day, 8 to 5 classes, and it's just some days you want to actually sleep in bed and read or do something, watch a movie. But like, you have to tell yourself that these things can wait. Right now I have a goal in mind and I'm set to achieve it. So like every day, one thing with me, I never missed classes because I understood my assimilation strategy. If I'm not in class where the lecturer who understands the course is taking it, except I have like a personal tutor that is very well in depth in it, I would get the course. So like, I always tell people, like, don't copy other people's strategies. What works for A doesn't work for B. The thing about success is, it looks like the same link. It's the same link, but there are different ways to get around it. And one thing we need to understand that I heard from Dr. Miles Monroe is the longest way to success is through shortcuts. So you don't have to bend corners for anything. So all of these things, I just wake up every day and tell myself, you're one step closer to your goal every day. Even though it was 100 level, I'll wake up and tell myself, it's 4 years you have left, you can do this, all of that. So don't copy people. What works for you may not work for some people. Have this ability to cram. And you that doesn't know how to cram, you're following them, you would fail, they would pass. So just understand the pattern that works for you, stick to it, and then run with it.
What's your happiest day?
Oh, my happiest days in uni. Honestly, I didn't really think, let me give you an answer. I didn't really think I had bad days.
Okay.
I mean, I had days where, yes, definitely, there were troubles.
Yes.
But then my happiest days would be days when practicals, design classes, yes, they were my happiest classes, they were my happiest times.
Design classes. So the knowledge you've gained from 100 level to this 500 level from Elizade University, do you believe that you can be able to become a successful engineer outside?
Yes, I do, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
That is impressive. So how do you rate the facilities you have been using throughout your course of study?
Our facilities, they are good. State-of-the-art facilities. The learning environment, classrooms wise, it's not bad.
Yes.
Let's be very realistic. It's a very nice learning environment. There are libraries where you want to read and understand. classes they're well ventilated and everything. So, yeah.
Okay, so what courses gives you challenge while being in your other levels or lower levels, maybe 100 level, 200, 500 level?
Oh, the course.
Yes, I gave you the challenge.
I love math, but engineering math 4, where we had to do Fourier transforms, that was my hardest course. That was my hardest course in uni. Like, it scarred me. So that was my hardest course. General engineering math 4. That's 300 level second semester. Yes, that was mine.
Wow. So what advice would you give someone that wants to study that kind of studying that kind of course? What advice can you give a person? Okay, this is the scope that a person can use to
read,
pass.
research. The research is endless. You'll be researching till the night before the exam. Read, give your 100%. Just make sure you don't fail. And whatever goal you have in mind, work hard to achieve it. Try, even if it's the basic concept. Mingle I always tell people, like in a class of 100, at least one person understands what the lecturer is saying.
Yes.
So mingle, have study groups, talk to people, socialize. It's just, you want to pass and get it done. It's not necessarily over familiarity or a sense of pride.
Yes,
I don't see the big boy or big girl in it, but like come down from your high horse, learn from your mates, and then you'd find that hidden knowledge, and some things you may have even missed in classes, someone picked it and then you just get it.
Yeah, sure. So thank you, Glory, for having you on this podcast.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
Thank you.